Enter a realm of mystery and intrigue as we explore the ancient legend of Gog and Magog. From whispers of forgotten tribes to eerie prophecies of doom, join me on a journey into the shadows of history. Uncover the truth behind the myth, but beware, for some secrets are best left undisturbed. The story of the people of Gog and Magog is one shrouded in mystery and intrigue, with their origins dating back to ancient times. According to various religious texts and mythologies, Gog and Magog are often portrayed as mysterious and enigmatic tribes or nations, sometimes depicted as monstrous or barbaric in nature. In some interpretations, Gog and Magog are described as descendants of Japheth, one of the sons of Noah, making them part of the broader human lineage. However, their exact identity and historical existence remain uncertain, as they are primarily known through mythological and apocalyptic literature. Throughout history, Gog and Magog have been associated with various peoples and nations, depending on the cultural and religious context. In some traditions, they are linked to specific geographical locations, such as the Caucasus region or Central Asia. Others interpret them symbolically, representing the forces of chaos and destruction that threaten civilization. In Islamic tradition, Gog and Magog, known as Yajuj and Majuj, are described as tribes confined behind a barrier constructed by the legendary king and prophet Tulkarnain. According to the Quran, they will be released near the Day of Judgment to wreak havoc upon the earth before ultimately being defeated by divine intervention. In Christian eschatology, Gog and Magog are often associated with the apocalyptic prophecies of the Book of Revelation, where they are depicted as forces of evil gathering for a final battle against God's righteous kingdom. Now let's move on to their relationship with the most strong ancient king as the history told. King Tulkarnain, meaning the two-horned one in Arabic, is a figure mentioned in Islamic tradition, specifically in the Quran. He is described as a righteous and just ruler who possessed great power and authority over vast territories. The story of Tulkarnain is narrated in Surah Al-Kahf, the Cave, one of the chapters of the Quran. According to Islamic tradition, Tulkarnain embarked on a journey to explore the far reaches of the earth, during which he encountered various peoples and encountered numerous challenges. He is depicted as a paragon of wisdom, strength, and justice, who utilized his power to establish order and righteousness wherever he went. One of the most famous episodes in the story of Tulkarnain involves his encounter with the people of Gog and Magog, Yajuj and Majuj. According to the Quran, Tulkarnain constructed a massive barrier or dam, made of iron and copper, to contain the unruly tribes of Gog and Magog and prevent them from spreading mischief and corruption in the world. Tulkarnain's construction of the barrier is seen as a symbol of his commitment to upholding justice and protecting humanity from the forces of chaos and destruction. His actions exemplify the virtues of leadership, courage, and compassion, and his story serves as a source of inspiration for believers to emulate. The identity of Tulkarnain outside of Islamic tradition is a subject of debate among scholars. Some have suggested that he may have been based on historical figures, such as Alexander the Great, due to similarities in their exploits and conquests. However, others argue that Tulkarnain is a purely legendary or symbolic figure, representing the archetype of the ideal ruler in Islamic teachings. Regardless of the historical veracity of Tulkarnain, his story continues to hold significance for Muslims as a reminder of the importance of righteousness, justice, and faith in the face of adversity. Now, let's move to the question, why are some people have fear for the people of Gog and Magog? People are afraid of the people of Gog and Magog and their land for several reasons, rooted in mythological, religious, and apocalyptic narratives that have been passed down through various cultures and traditions over centuries. Here are some of the key reasons. 1. Mysterious and barbaric reputation. In many ancient texts and legends, the people of Gog and Magog are depicted as mysterious and barbaric tribes, often associated with chaos, destruction, and violence. Their reputation as fierce warriors who wreak havoc upon the lands they conquer instills fear and apprehension among those who hear of them. 2. Prophecies of doom. Throughout history, prophecies and apocalyptic writings have foretold of the rise of Gog and Magog as harbingers of the end times. These prophecies describe catastrophic wars and upheavals unleashed by the people of Gog and Magog, leading to widespread devastation and chaos across the world. The prospect of such cataclysmic events naturally evokes fear and anxiety among believers who subscribe to these apocalyptic beliefs. 3. The Forbidden Land. In some traditions, the land inhabited by Gog and Magog is depicted as a forbidden or cursed territory, shrouded in mystery and peril. It is often described as a remote and desolate wilderness, inaccessible to outsiders and fraught with dangers lurking within. The aura of mystery and danger surrounding their land adds to the sense of fear and trepidation associated with the people of Gog and Magog. 4. Historical conflicts and wars. Throughout history, various conflicts and wars have been attributed to the people of Gog and Magog, either directly or indirectly. These include invasions, raids, and conquests believed to have been carried out by tribes or nations identified with Gog and Magog. The memory of these conflicts, real or imagined, contributes to the perception of Gog and Magog as formidable adversaries capable of unleashing widespread devastation and suffering. While the legend of the people of Gog and Magog has been shrouded in mystery and myth for centuries, there have been instances where this ancient tale seemed to come to light in modern times, sparking intrigue and speculation. One such instance occurred several years ago when archaeologists and historians uncovered ancient artifacts and inscriptions that some believed could be linked to the legendary tribes of Gog and Magog. These discoveries reignited interest in the ancient legend and prompted scholars to revisit interpretations of historical texts and geographical references associated with Gog and Magog. Furthermore, advancements in technology, such as satellite imaging and geological surveys, have enabled researchers to explore remote and inaccessible regions that were once believed to be the domain of Gog and Magog. This has led to the discovery of ancient settlements and structures that some have speculated could be evidence of the existence of the legendary tribes. In addition to archaeological findings, geopolitical events and conflicts in regions traditionally associated with Gog and Magog have also fueled speculation about their potential resurgence. The rise of extremist ideologies and the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction have raised concerns about the possibility of a modern-day manifestation of the apocalyptic wars prophesied in ancient texts. Furthermore, the increasing interconnectedness of the world through globalization and the internet has facilitated the dissemination of stories and interpretations of the Gog and Magog legend across different cultures and communities. This has led to a revival of interest in the ancient tale and its relevance to contemporary issues and events. Now are you ready to hear the historical theories about their terrifying doom? The terrifying doom associated with the people of Gog and Magog is a recurring theme in various religious and mythological texts. According to apocalyptic prophecies, their ultimate fate is often depicted as a cataclysmic event signaling the end of days. In Islamic tradition, the Quran describes the release of Gog and Magog as a precursor to the Day of Judgment. After being confined behind a barrier by Tul-Qarnayn, they will eventually break free and unleash chaos and devastation upon the world. Their rampage is described in vivid detail, with widespread destruction and suffering inflicted upon humanity. However, their reign of terror is ultimately brought to an end by divine intervention. According to Islamic belief, a righteous figure known as the Mahdi will lead the believers in a final battle against Gog and Magog, resulting in their defeat and subsequent eradication from the earth. This victory marks the beginning of a new era of peace and justice, heralding the arrival of the Day of Judgment. Similarly, in Christian eschatology, the Book of Revelation foretells of a final battle between the forces of good and evil, culminating in the defeat of Gog and Magog and the establishment of God's kingdom on earth. The imagery of this apocalyptic showdown is filled with symbolism and metaphor, portraying the defeat of evil and the triumph of righteousness.